C-type developers didn't like the weird smalltalk syntax compared to C. Well, when you're dealing with people who already swallowed Perl, Python, JavaScript, and Ruby, I don't think syntax is an obstacle.
It's really about focusing it, right? I mean, before we could say, you want to do web development, it's easy. Just start Visual Workflow, Seaside part. Just in that one sentence, there's a whole process that a lot of people want to get right? Now the answer is going to be to start with the button that's going to generate the easy button, and you go from there, right?
It sounds like what you're saying.
You press the make it better.
Make it better. It randomly generates CSS.
They make it faster, but were you going to address regression testing?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I remember that. Yep. When you sell web developers to some web development company, are they then going to train all their web developers to use your product? Or are they going to fire all the developers and hire out of small talk programs and teach them Seaside? What did they do when they picked up the web?
I think that you're probably going to see only new projects.
Yeah.
You'll see a person asking for 10 years ago.
So I'm running on the unit test right now. Which is going to be easier? So I to teach a small talker Seaside or teach a web developer?
And I think there's going to be only startups. I don't think any of the
that's a very good question because there is a whole world of understanding web development that the majority of small software having no idea about. Yeah, and it's, it comes down to CSS, HTML, forms, JavaScript, all that stuff. A web developer knows. A good web developer knows. And the small software bit of it will be pretty easy to learn.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But if you're old enough and you have gray hair, you remember kicks, and then you say, oh, web development is just mainframe kicks.
Interesting analogy. So this is the test runner, the STUG test runner. This is my development image. There is something working. This is the STUG test runner that Travis made for the latest version of Visual Works. It looks pretty, which is one of Travis's good things. And we have built a component for Seaside called Seaside STUG, which websizes Seaside STUG for testing Seaside components. What does that mean? Let's show that by example. So here's a form component, and on it goes, put out a form, put out some text, put out an input field for name, a break, put out some text, put out an input field for age, not a break, a submit button that will display info with the label display. Okay? So that's a reasonably simple form in Seaside. Then we have form component test, which is a subclass of the Seaside STUG test case, not test case. And its component class is the form component, and it will now inherit the behavior to drive that component as if it were a web graph. Okay. Then each test begins by going to the first page, and then it can assert things about it. Then we assert that the page component's name is null, that the page component's age is null. We create a new form that we're going to respond with, and we fill in the name of Bob, fill in the age for 16, and click the display button. That actually does a HTTP post at that point, and gets back a new page. And it's modeled in such a way that you can do back and forward to test that your state changes the way you want it. Then
it is going through the server, then it is really.
Yes, it's acting as a web browser. Then we can assert that the page component's name is Bob Smith and the page component's age is 16. So we're going to the underlying small talk object or the page reader. So we get the two. We not only get the HTML page, but we get the object that produced the page. Okay? So then, after we've confirmed that our object model is correct, we can then confirm that the H3 is text, and this right here is from an XPath, and XPath allows you to navigate through XML structures. So the page is brought back as an XHTML page, and transformed into an XML DOM tree, and then you can log it with XPath. So here we're finding the first H3 and getting its text, and getting the first bit out of that in this text, and checking to see if it has the right display string as per the rendering of the form component. So we're testing that the web page rendered correctly and that our model changed correctly. And that's how you drive testing of Seaside components.
people using this for like test-driven development? Any others? It's just
This is new. We're using it so far. So in terms of this technique, though, people have been using this sort of technique for a long time. There's Seaside testing. It was just something called Seaside testing in Squeak that is like this, but much heavier, more heavyweight in terms of how you use it, what's underneath it to achieve it. And for that, in previous web frameworks, we did like this. So thanks for bringing that back up again, because I wanted to show that.
Do you have any comments on? Do you know much about glass?
I know enough about it, I hope.
I mean, is there a non-commercial?
There's a free version of Glass coming out, but it's restricted in terms of CPUs and the amount of gigabytes of data you can use.
You only get 2 sessions.
2 sessions. And an extra session for your garage project.
2
that'd be the right
Glass
question.
is the Gemstone, Linux, Apache, Seaside, Smalltalk solution. Glasses.
Do they actually have their release their development tools as well?
They run that. So what happens is you get a VMware image as your Glass image that's running Linux that has Squeak running it. And the Squeak tools are hooked up to the Gemstone server.
Because there used to be a Squeak gem builder, right?
Yeah, well, essentially what they have, they
A
can,
long time ago.
well, they will import the code out of Squeak directly into Gemstone. And it can run there.
So it's an appliance. And it runs on the Windows box.
Right.
Well, that is one mechanism. The appliance is mostly because it's only available in their 64-bit version.
Yes, 64
And since not everyone has 64-bit version, but they can give you a VMware appliance that thinks it's 64-bit and will run on non-64-bit machines for people to play.
That's available now, or is it?
No, I think it's still soon. But actually, this brings up a very important topic for people who are interested in this, that we have an offer from Gemstone to have with James Foster. Probably we're looking at February 5th. Come and talk at the user group and answer all kinds of questions.
So that may be our next meeting if we don't have one before that. February 5th?
Yeah.
Well, great time to have someone from
California. Portland.
It's going to be hard to hear 5 people over only when it's snowing heavily.
Well, that's more
Or Birdie heavy, the other one.
You got less than a 50% chance today.
Yeah, if we don't invite them in July.
Okay, I'm going to say, in that case, I'm going to say thanks everybody. Thank you very much.